And good evening and welcome to this week's Maternity and Midwifery Hour. This is session 8. It's June the 2nd, if you haven't realised, and we're in series 4. And welcome to this evening. My name's Sue Macdonald, and I'm the curator for these Maternity and Midwifery Hours, as well as the Maternity and Midwifery Festivals. And tonight I'm joined by Nina. Now I'm going to have to be careful with the pronunciation. Khazaezadeh. Is that correct, Nina?
Absolutely, you did very well.
Not bad. Consultant midwife in public health, and Dr. David Jewell, retired GP, chair of NICE PNC Guideline Committee. So welcome both of you to this evening, because we're going to be talking about, guess what? Postnatal NICE guidelines. It'll be hot off the press. It's excellent here. So we always start the week or the session with a moment of the week, and I put David and Nina both on the spot to share a moment that they've had this week with us. So should we start with Nina?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for having us, and good evening, everybody. My moment of this week, I have to say, it was on Friday. It didn't start well because I was on call and I had to go in clinically and support delivering a baby, but I haven't been looking after a woman in labour for probably a very long time, and I was just very close to deliver a baby, which was really wonderful, given that in my current role I don't get to do that very often, so I really enjoy that.
Fabulous. Back to your roots, Nina.
Yes, absolutely. Being a
fabulous
midwife. Yeah.
Fabulous, thank you. How about David? I know we put you on the spot.
Nina, I have to say, Nina, it's nowhere near as long since as when I last delivered a baby, which goodness knows how long ago that is. No, my moment of the week was last night. I mean, you put me in a panic when you said I had to come up with one of these.
Sorry.
And then and then I realised I play in 2 orchestras here, and we haven't played in either of them now for more than a year. Last March, we were literally days away from putting on a concert. We'd rehearsed it when the lockdown started, and that concert just never took place. And then last night, we got together as a group. There were only about 20 of us there, but there was just something so wonderful to be playing with other friends again. It's fantastic. Wow. So that was my moment.
Wow. I've got shivers down my ears thinking about that. That's so. I mean, these are the consequences of the pandemic, which has made us kind of recognise and value those precious things that we've taken for granted, I guess, a little bit in the past. So yes. It's fantastic. What a lovely moments from both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I'll start off, as I often do, audience, by just reminding you why we're here. We devised these maternity and midwifery hours really in response to the pandemic to make sure that midwives, student midwives, people who were interested in maternity services, people who were wanting to become midwives or doulas, an opportunity for continuing professional development and an opportunity to somehow link up together and talk midwifery type things and maternity type things. And if you've accessed these hours before, you'll know it's accessible now live, and it'll also be live after Friday through all the usual channels, and so you'll be able to access it and share it with your friends. It's all free to share, and we're very happy that you share with your colleagues, because this is a really way of, I find, of helping me remember key things that I've learned, but also getting us talking again, because that's one of the things we've had to reduce in the time of the pandemic, I think. And thank you to Matflix for making sure it's all curated carefully so you can access it after today. It's also a fantastic resource if you're coming up for your revalidation, or if you've got a little project to do, or assignment if you're a student. Lots and lots of material, lots and lots of information. So do check it out when you've got some time. Now we're moving along our roadmap nicely. Vaccination rates are still going up. The numbers, when you see them on the news, are just amazing. There are still a few people who are poorly and who are still in hospital, and we'll send out our love and good wishes to members of staff, to families, to people who are unwell, and friends to get well as soon as possible. And big thank yous to accident and emergency departments, our lovely intensive care units, our high dependency units, and of course our maternity units who've just carried on doing what they do, because mothers and babies still come and need care. And I've been bowled over by the sort of things that midwives have done and other people in the team. And I think actually on that point, the teamwork is one of the strongest things that seems to have come through the pandemic. That's a real positive thing to take away. Also, a big thank you to all of the people in the vaccination centres. We're not taking any of this for granted. I think the NHS is just fab, and I'm putting that on notice now. Okay, now this week's news, I haven't got that much on news, except that yesterday was the first day of summer. And it's quite funny, really, to hear people on the radio saying, oh, spring has arrived. Well, no, it hasn't. It's the first day of summer yesterday. Today was the first day of the NICE International Confederation of Midwives Congress, all online, welcomed by Franca Kadi, the president of the ICM, and Dr. Tedros from WHO. And I did notice there was even some virtual dancing, which did not surprise me, with midwives present, and a lot of midwives there. So some fantastic sessions. So do if you get an opportunity, link in with that. I'll just remind you about the new NICE Induction Guidelines consultation, which closes on the 6th of July. And that is alongside this lovely, lovely document. It's all on your resources and references list, which is available online now. So do check it out and do participate in these consultations, because I think you're going to find out in the next little while that the NICE does listen to what we say as practitioners, because they need our information and our views. Also, I'll just say it's NHS Volunteer Week, and so a big thank you all round to everyone who volunteers within the NHS, whether it's little things they volunteer or what you volunteer for, or big things. So big well done. So we're coming up to the main meat of the session, and we're looking at the recently published NICE Guideline on Postnatal Care, which is hot off the press. Fantastic. Everyone knows this is essential tool and support for midwives and all of those in maternity care. Students love these for their supporting their assignment work, obviously, and learning how to use evidence-based practice and making sure women and babies get appropriate care. So I'm really so pleased that I've got two key people here this evening to share their perspective and their experience, and I suspect quite a bit from the report, which is fantastic. So I'll start by introducing Dr. David Jewell, who's a retired GP, and anyone who knows about retired health practitioners of any sort, you know they're always really busy. So I know David's busy, so thank you for making the time to be with us this evening. Now, he's been the chair of NICE PNC Guideline Committee. He's worked in the GP for more than 40 years, combining clinical and academic work. He's been a university lecturer and as editor of the British Journal of General Practice. I said he was a busy person. For many years promoted the course of low-tech obstetrics, excellent, and recently chaired this committee producing this guideline. So welcome, David. The screen is now yours.
Thanks for watching this video from the Maternity and Midwifery Forum. For more expert opinion and analysis, hit the button below to subscribe.